Oh, okay. So as you're going through all these changes, and it sounds like you were open, so there wasn't so much fear, and yet you were still in a big transition. Were you experiencing fear as well, or was it pretty much maybe just more curiosity and wanting to feel different?
It is so funny or interesting that you mentioned fear. There was this one moment, I think that was the catalyst. And it was like, even my family, it was very hard for them to deal with somebody who's always so ill and couldn't like contribute in a way. And it was like, Jessica, you're not the person you used to be. And that really hit me hard. And I was like, either I'm going to die now and just give up, or I'm going to pull, like, I felt like this last spark within me. And that was, I think, that fear, but that transformed into giving me that power to just continue on. And then I was just open to receive. And I think every time we're ready to make a change or to try something, it is like we are being blessed with miracles. And this is how I felt, like I was blessed with miracles, because then it started to pour in, and it just came to me. And obviously, because I was open and just ready to receive.
Mm. Yeah, so there's a real process of losing identity. You have to be willing to go through that kind of horrible process
Yeah.
of of losing everything you think you are to become something new. So yeah, just I love that you brought that up, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, there was a time where I actually didn't know who I was anymore. I was like asking, who am I? Who am I? But that was already when, after my physical healing, and I started to heal my inner self. And that was the moment. Sometimes you probably have been also through the dark night of the soul or something like that.
Several.
Yes. That there were moments I actually wondered, who am I? And from that, and Qigong will also say that, to turn the light around, that just came to my mind, just to bring that light back and to have it spark your heart again, and to know I am, just I am.
Okay, so that is kind of a what we could call the background and turning point. And now I'd like to talk about, and we kind of already have, but what was the hardest part of letting go of anything from that old identity? Do you miss anything, or do you feel, that you've carried everything with you? What would you say about that?
Yeah, I think sometimes the fear that comes in of like maybe losing everything to in order to make that step. I think the loss of the old self, like it's just, it's gone. It's gone. Sometimes I feel that about myself, and even my family sometimes thinks, Jessica, they've kind of like accepted it probably, but it's still not easy for the people who have known you before to see that transformation, and for them to be able to deal with it, because for them it's like maybe some part has died, like that person has died for them. And I think that is the hardest part, not being able, I'm not being able to be that version anymore, because my whole body has transformed, my mind, my heart has transformed. There's obviously bits and pieces of the old self as a memory, and which carries through. But obviously, there, when you go through such a big shift, you are just maybe even more returning to your truer self
Mhm.
before everything came and plastered itself on top of you,
Right.
because you begin to reveal more and more, and to be having to be more authentic with the true version you are. It's not always easy.
Mm. Did you lose people, relationships as a result of all the change, or did people pretty much stick with you?
No, there's been quite a shift. I mean, I have to say, well, my family is my family, so they are
Yeah.
always with me. But there were times it was very difficult. It was very difficult, and I know that I've left a lot of people behind. It feels like not leaving behind. It doesn't actually sound so nice, but it's like you move forward, and maybe some other people move in a different direction or keep on their journey. Everything is a journey. So yes, there were people that fell off from my life, but I know from experience that sometimes, you know, your journeys just go apart, but sometimes they come together again at a different point. So yeah,
Yeah, I think that's really good because people who are maybe contemplating change or feeling it, there's also this pull of the attachments of the old and not wanting to maybe surrender or let go
yeah,
to certain relationships. So, yeah, that idea that things come together and come apart and weave, and sometimes, our lives are tapestries, so the threads are always there. Maybe
absolutely.
we're, weaving a different part of the tapestry now, and there's no thread back to some other part. I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And I think everybody is meant to be in your life that is meant to be in your life for either because you still have to process things, work them through with that person, or, you know, because they bring you to another place that you maybe want to go to, but you're maybe not ready yet. So there's always these people, like I've had so many different experiences with people in my life. And I'm so grateful for every one of them, even the difficult ones, especially the difficult ones, because they have taught me so much or helped me to see so many things. So, yeah.
Okay.